Stuart Thompson, it's a different Velcom track or a different activity at Velcom. First time cross-country racing's been here. What's it been like?
Colin, I think it's been different. You summed it up with your introduction, and I was thinking about it without wanting to sound too old, but I was here at the very first weekend that this track opened, which I think was mid-99. And it's certainly nice to be back. I mean, I was also trying to think when we were last year, we did a rally here in 2016. We were here with a Janetta sports car in probably 2017. So it's a place that's, I must say, I'm quite fond of. It's a magnificent facility, albeit past its best. But I think the Renergen guys are looking, I mean, they're locals and they're trying to put a bit of money into the infrastructure. And who knows? I mean, there's some other initiatives that we know of to try and get it back up to where it should be. And to me, it has a rightful place as one of the great circuits in South Africa. I think from a circuit racing point of view, it's, if not the best, it's very squarely second best, and it's a lovely place.
But we're here with cross-country cars, and they play in the bush and the jungle. How did your first day go today?
Yeah, I know it must be getting a bit boring because I always say it, and it was solid. That said, some real highlights. Gary and Henry were okay. You know, they picked a position quite far up they were second on the road, which I think with the benefit of hindsight wasn't ideal. So just behind Guy Bottrell, who was opening the road, and if you look at his time, he wasn't where he should be, and neither were Gary and Henry. So I think they've ended up 10th or 9th or 10th, so not ideal. But tomorrow's a long day, and certainly to be at 10th on the road tomorrow is where you want to be. Simon had a very good run. He's got Alvine Fonk next to him for the first time. And I mean, she's
a proper legend of rallying. Cassie could see her dad. She's been around forever. She's sat next to some proper quick drivers.
She has, and I must say, from our point of view as WCT Engineering, it's really super to have her back in one of our cars. We last ran her in, it must have been 2007 or so, with Evan Hutch in a sort of a semi-works S2000 Polo, and I've always held her in high regard. We were, obviously it was all-out war when she was with Leroy and we were running Mark and Robin. So it's we go back a long way, and she's really, really good and professional, and to my mind, one of the absolute best. So it's a privilege to have her in the car, and I think Simon's having a really good run with her next to him.
You've got 6 cars here. It's quite a logistical operation as WCT, running 6 cars at an event and running them properly.
Yeah, Colin, it is, and I think you've summed it up there. It's the big thing is to not drop the ball, and it's the old story. To run, you need the critical mass to make it work from a business point of view, but at the same time, you won't have 5 or 6 for long if they're not run to the correct standard.
But you've got them going for now. It's a Renergen race. I think it's quite nice that we've got new sponsors for events coming in. What do you say to your guys? You've got the Schroders out here in not the youngest cars, but they've got all the right bits and pieces in them now. What do you say to your advice to the guys before they go out for 2 loops tomorrow?
Oh, Colin, I mean, it's the old cliche, isn't it?
Go fast, don't bend it.
Exactly. I mean, I remember one of my driver's mothers once said to him, "Don't go fast, take care and win." So, but I mean, you brought up the Schroders, and they're fantastic. We've got a change in that Daniel has broken his ankle, so his younger brother Max is in the car. First, he's done a few stages with his dad in some of the bigger marathon events, but his first sort of pucker race. And I think he's really, really going well. I think you'll find that he'll go better and better over the course of tomorrow. And, he approaches his racing as the rest of the family do. They're here to have fun, but the fun stops when they're in the racing car. And Jürgen, I mean, without in any way wanting to curse it, he's enjoying a bit of a purple patch. He won the Paris event, admittedly with a little bit of default. But
you've got to be in it to win it, eh?
For sure, and I think he was second today. Achim sitting next to him for the first time. So
Achim said to me just now he's got no fear.
Yeah, I mean, Achim said there's no calmness in the car, but it's great. And Jürgen has become a very good friend of ours and a big supporter of ours, and it's super to see him going so well.
Awesome. How do you cope with the heat? It's 30 F hot today.
Yeah, Colin, you just get on with it, you know. Not going to change it, are you? Yeah.
Stuart, thank you very much for chatting to us. Today is our team manager talk day, and all the best for tomorrow in the race.
Thanks, Colin.